How's it going, everybody? This is Joey of Underage Packers. Today I wanted to do a quick video on 4 of my draft crushes in the 2021 NFL Draft that are realistic options for the Green Bay Packers at pick 29 or in the later mid-rounds of the draft. I am pretty excited for this. There are quite a few guys on this list that I would love to be in a Packers uniform in 2021. Just a lot of talent on this list. So let's get right into it with number 1, running back / wide receiver Demetric, something like that, Felton out of UCLA. I said running back / wide receiver. He can do it all. Mostly running back at UCLA, but the wide receiver ability out of the backfield is incredible. He had a great Senior Bowl. His draft stock rose there, and I think I don't care what Matt LaFleur wants. If he wants wide receiver or running back the team needs, you got to get this guy, and it's not specifically because of the weakness, so-called, we have at wide receiver. I just think he's an incredible playmaker out of the backfield, lining up as wide receiver outside in the slot. He can do it all. You pair him up with a backfield of Aaron Jones, who's already great at receiving, and then A.J. Dillon. I can already imagine the two back set they were running near the end of the year with Jones and Dillon. You got Dillon. He's either going to run it, but you also have to watch out for Felton in the backfield. I'm dreaming, people. A man can dream. He is projected to be somewhere near a 3rd or 5th round pick, somewhere in that range, so it's definitely possible for the Packers to pick him up near the end of the 3rd or 4th. And like I mentioned, just an incredible playmaker. Another great playmaker is a wide receiver from Florida, and that is Kedarius Toney. I think he is, once again, a do-it-all wide receiver. He can get separation. He is just a playmaker. He makes plays when it's needed. He can get those yards after the catch, almost like a Randall Cobb type thing. He's great in the slot, which the Packers need. So I'm looking at its perfect fit. He's projected to go somewhere around the late picks of round 1 and round 2. So the Packers, they could possibly trade down for Kedarius Toney, whatever they want to do. Kedarius is probably my favorite wide receiver in this draft outside of the top 3 of Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Waddle. Kedarius Toney is an excellent wide receiver. All right, one more offensive player, then we'll end it off with a cornerback. That offensive player is offensive lineman Tevin Jenkins. The last name Jenkins on the offensive line sounds familiar, and both Tevin and Elton have some similar traits. They are both very versatile offensive linemen, playing at both tackle and guard. Tevin can really start pretty soon, just like Elton did. I believe Lane Taylor went down in week 2 or 3, and Elton stepped right in, and next thing you know, he's a Pro Bowl offensive guard, and he can play offensive tackle and center as well. So Tevin, if you look at the past few acquisitions the Packers have had made to the offensive line, almost all of them are very versatile. You have Billy Turner, who they signed in 2019, who we've seen play both right guard and both right tackle and left tackle as well. Then you got Rick Wagner, who is able to play both sides of tackle. Then you obviously have Elton Jenkins in the 2nd round. You have Lucas Patrick, who can play left guard, right guard, center. And then the 3 offensive linemen they drafted in the 6th round of last year, all very versatile interior offensive linemen. So I think they really are looking for these versatile offensive linemen. Tevin Jenkins is a great fit from Oklahoma State. He's probably best at tackle. That's where he has the most experience. And the Packers definitely need that, especially when David Bakhtiari is going to be out for those first few weeks. So maybe they sign a guy, have Tevin in there, or maybe they have Billy Turner and Tevin Jenkins starting at tackle for the first few weeks, and then move Tevin inside when you have to move either Elton or Lucas back inside to center. That's a whole long rant, a lot of talk about the offensive line, but Tevin Jenkins is a great player and is a perfect fit for the Packers. One final one, and that is Florida State cornerback Asante Samuel Jr., who just had his pro day yesterday. I had him in my mock draft, my first 3-round mock draft for the Packers. Make sure you check that out if you haven't already. Just would be a perfect fit for the Packers. They need a cornerback, obviously, especially if Kevin Keene is expectedly departing, if they're letting him walk to many fans' pleasure. And then they haven't signed anybody yet in free agency as I am recording this. We'll see if they do eventually. I would assume they still go out and grab a veteran cornerback at some point in free agency, And then you have Asante Samuel learning behind him. He is only 5'10". He is pretty undersized. But like you mentioned, the concern about that is, can a smaller cornerback play outside? He mentioned Jair Alexander yesterday in his pro day. He's the same size as him, same height, same weight, sort of. And, Jair Alexander is doing perfectly fine. So we'll see how the Packers would want to use them. They've definitely had some meetings with him, and he should be on the board when he gets to him. Some honorable mentions that I didn't think were as realistic didn't make the cut. One that wasn't really too realistic was J.C. Horn. I could see the Packers wanting to move up. If J.C. Horn fell past the first 20, he is definitely an excellent cornerback, but I doubt they are that aggressive. Then you have safety Trevor Moehrig, who the Packers, I probably pronounced that wrong, but Trevor, the safety from TCU. The Joe Barry defense utilizes a lot of versatile safeties, and he fits the bill for that. Pair him up with Darnell Savage, and boom, I love what we're cooking with on defense. But that's all I got for you today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, who your draft crushes are, and all of that good stuff. And as always, go Pack Go.